The release of the dramatic trailer for the Tyson Fury vs Oleksandr Usyk rematch has set the stage for an intense showdown, heightening anticipation for one of boxing's most anticipated fights.
Ah, you're awake, Mr. Fury.
The 2-minute clip gives fans a glimpse into the lives of the two heavyweights, showcasing their unique personalities, relentless determination, and intense focus on the upcoming fight. The trailer is not just a promotional piece, but an emotional build-up to what promises to be one of the most significant fights in recent heavyweight boxing history. It shows Fury, who is seeking redemption after his loss, becoming spooked multiple times by Usyk's face appearing in various characters such as a nurse, police officer, and even a child. One scene even features Fury's father, John, at a caravan site, hinting that the reality of the fight is finally starting to set in for the Gypsy King.
What are you doing here? Wake up, lad! Dad?
As the trailer unfolds, the two fighters exchange phone calls, and the tension between them intensifies, culminating in a surreal moment where the referee's face is split between Usyk and Fury. The clip ends with a dramatic twist as Fury screams in frustration while Usyk appears on his belly, signaling an unsettling sense of doom.
I'm ready to.
This rematch promises to be more than just another heavyweight battle. It is a fight with a personal edge, as both men will be looking to prove that they are the true king of the division. Usyk's first victory over Fury earlier in May, which stripped Fury of his WBC title and secured Usyk's place as the first undisputed world champion of the four-belt era, was historic. Fury, who had never lost before, is determined to reclaim his title and restore his standing as the premier heavyweight. But the path to redemption will not be easy.
Maybe if I just keep a little bit more focused, same again, pop, 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 pop. I'm not going to change anything because it wasn't a one-sided beatdown, it was a close fight. Could have went either way.
The first bout between the two heavyweights in May was an intense contest, with Usyk's superior technique, speed, and precision ultimately earning him a split decision victory. However, despite the loss, Fury remained confident in his performance, stating that he thought he had won the fight. There was a sense of controversy surrounding the decision, with Fury claiming that he had won several of the rounds, particularly rounds 8, 9, and 10, despite the judges' differing opinions. Fury's team, led by trainer Sugar Hill Stewart, was criticized by some for being too crowded during the first fight, with Fury's father, John, often shouting over the trainer, which led to confusion in the corner. Despite the distractions, Fury remains adamant that he will not make any significant changes to his team for the rematch, asserting that the same team, the same strategy, and the same preparation will be employed to reclaim his title.
He got the decision, a split decision, cat's whisker, innit? If I would have got the decision, great. He got the decision, fantastic. There's not much to say, is there? You know, am I going to go and change everything in my camp because I lost a split decision?
While the first fight saw a highly competitive battle, the rematch is expected to be even more thrilling and intense. Carl Froch, a former world champion, weighed in on the upcoming fight, expressing his belief that Usyk would retain his title, though he acknowledged that Fury is more than capable of pulling off an upset. Froch explained that while Usyk is 37 years old, which is considered to be the tail end of a heavyweight's prime, his experience and dedication to his craft will be difficult for Fury to overcome. Fury, who has had more miles on the clock due to his tough encounters with Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou, may struggle with Usyk's relentless pace and tactical approach. Froch predicted a victory for Usyk, likely by decision, but also suggested that Fury's best chance of winning would be to press the action and try to force a late stoppage, which could be difficult given the pace that Usyk typically sets.
The fight, well, their only fight, they've got the rematch before Christmas. He had Usyk in kind of trouble that I've never seen him in before. He had him hurt, hit him with an uppercut, he had him wobbled, but he couldn't maintain it, couldn't sustain it. So that's what he's got to do to beat Usyk. Stick it on him, put the pressure on him. The reason I mentioned Undisputed is because he's on the cover of that, Tyson Fury.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And he actually said, if I get beat by Usyk in the rematch, I'm relinquishing the cover shot. Usyk can then be on the cover.
Despite the growing optimism surrounding Usyk's chances, Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, remains steadfast in his belief that the Gypsy King will avenge his loss and reclaim the undisputed heavyweight title. Warren, who has been working with Fury for years, emphasized that the rematch will be a high-level contest between two of the best heavyweights of the 21st century. He assured fans that this fight won't be marred by the same pre-fight controversies as the first, referencing the heated altercation involving Fury's father, John, and a member of Team Usyk. There was also the incident where John Fury headbutted a member of Usyk's camp during the first fight's buildup at a Saudi hotel. This time, Warren insists that there will be no repeat of those antics, focusing solely on the fight itself. He predicts that Fury will stop Usyk in the rematch and believes that the fight will once again showcase the two men's elite skill sets.
Because this is going to be another great, magnificent fight.
You think it goes the distance like the first one did?
No, I think he's going to win it, and I think he's going to stop him. The fight was going to be the best heavyweight of the 21st century, the first unified champion, and they go up there with all the greats of the past. And I'm glad they've said that, because at the moment, you've got, Oleksandr got the result. He won the split decision. Tyson wins it, then that's where that mantle goes.
However, Fury's father, John Fury, remains a polarizing figure in the build-up to the fight. His role in the first encounter, which included shouting during rounds and creating confusion in the corner, has drawn criticism. Fury himself has defended the presence of his father, emphasizing the importance of family and support. He has made it clear that no changes will be made to his team for the rematch, and he is prepared to go into the fight with the same corner he had during the first bout.
Last fight, his father headbutted a member of the team, blood coming down, we all remember that.
That was a perfect headbutt as well.
What's going to happen if somebody in his family does that to your team?
ain't trying to press charges
That ain't going to happen. Let's not go there. That ain't going to happen.
I don't make any excuses. It was a fantastic training camp. Never once have I ever said I had any problems in camp, because I didn't. I've heard a load of talking. I had a load of problems in camp, but I didn't have no problems. I had a fantastic training camp.
The rematch is especially important for Fury, as he seeks to make up for his first career loss. Despite his confidence in his performance during the first fight, Fury acknowledges that the judge's decision did not go in his favor. With the pressure mounting, Fury insists that he will be looking for a knockout in this fight to avoid leaving the outcome in the hands of the judges. His team has been preparing for the possibility of an extended fight, and they are focused on making sure that Fury's conditioning is up to par. He has already made it clear that he believes his best chance of winning lies in taking the fight out of the judge's hands by ending it decisively.
You're in the rematch.
Okay.
Like Tupac said, you hit me with your best shots and couldn't do all. You know what's coming for you. I'm gonna you up, bitch.
Fury's motivation for redemption has been a topic of discussion among analysts, with many citing his mental toughness and resilience as key factors that could make the difference in the rematch. Boxing legend Lennox Lewis believes that Fury's adaptability and intelligence in the ring give him a chance to learn from his mistakes and bounce back from the loss. He emphasized that the key to Fury's success will be his ability to make adjustments, particularly in areas where he fell short during their first encounter. The first fight saw Usyk's superior speed and precision prove to be a significant challenge for the bigger Fury. In the rematch, Lewis believes that Fury must adjust his tactics to be more focused and disciplined, avoiding the unnecessary showmanship that sometimes detracts from his boxing strategy.
He does need to make some adjustments. If he didn't make any adjustments, then he would lose the fight again. So he would have to make some adjustments to win the fight. So he definitely has to go in there with a focused attitude and being able to throw a lot more punches.
Is that just Tyson being Tyson, kind of saying that, not willing to give too much away, or do you think he genuinely believes that's kind of what he has to do, the rematch?
No, I don't think he wants to give too much away. And I think we're going to get a different Tyson for this fight. I think he realizes, what he did wrong in the first fight.
Fury's trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart, has also highlighted the importance of Fury's conditioning and mindset leading up to the rematch. Stewart recognizes that Fury has the physical tools to succeed, but believes that Fury must come into the fight mentally prepared to outwork his opponent. This focus on conditioning and mental sharpness is expected to be one of the key elements of Fury's camp in the lead up to the fight. However, concerns have been raised by some in the boxing community, including veteran heavyweight Derek Chisora, who has questioned Fury's choice of sparring partners. Chisora, who has fought Fury twice, believes that Fury may not be pushing himself hard enough in training, especially considering Usyk's speed and technical ability.
And that's what made that first fight just such a great fight, for boxing, period. Whether Tyson won or lost, on my side, I'm with Tyson, so obviously I'm not so happy about the loss because it was a loss, but the thing to do is just to learn from that and to get better.
What's the difference heading into a rematch, Sugar? What's the difference going into a rematch?
You learn lessons in life and you can make yourself better from that.
The corner team going into the rematch, have you had any discussions about how it's going to be approached, for conversations you'll be having to Tyson?
I haven't even watched the fight yet. I remember it, so there's no need for me to watch it like that. I can remember it. I don't want to say I have a photographic memory, but I have a videographic memory. Yeah, so for me, it's the same thing. Like, I mean, I'm working with Tyson. When I'm in that corner, I'm focused on Tyson. I don't hear anything else around me. I'm focused on my fighter, and that's it. That's my dedication.
There are mixed opinions about the outcome of the rematch, with some experts leaning in favor of Fury and others supporting Usyk. Piers Morgan believes Tyson Fury has the drive and determination to make a successful comeback and avenge his previous loss to Oleksandr Usyk. He emphasized that Fury's motivation will be a crucial factor in the rematch, as the fighter has a history of overcoming obstacles. Morgan urged people not to underestimate Fury's resilience, noting that his ability to bounce back from difficult situations proves he has the mental toughness to correct his past mistakes. With a strong desire to reclaim his title, Fury's spirit could be the key to his victory in the upcoming fight.
We're here for Riyadh season. We weren't expecting you to turn up today.
Well, no, Cristiano Ronaldo told me to.
Any particular fights you're looking forward to watching?
Well, the big one, obviously. It's going to be a very interesting fight, yeah. I love boxing, so any of them are good for me.
I'm just curious what you make of the whole Riyadh season going worldwide now.
I think it's great. Listen, I think what's going on with sport, with the Saudis, is very exciting. You know, I know Eddie Hearn very well, and the sort of stuff that's going on with Tyson Fury going there and all these big fights. Obviously, Ronaldo is a friend of mine. I know he's having a great time playing football out there and so on. I think it's just a very exciting time.
The British fans want to know, is Tyson Fury going to be able to avenge that loss to Usyk?
He'll want to.
What do you think, Kenny?
I've never ever underestimated Tyson Fury.
The last one, Anthony Joshua Dubois, coming up, and it's going to be Riyadh season, Wembley edition. I'm hoping you're going to be there. What do you think is going to happen there?
Joshua will win, knockout. Then we get the fight we all really want. Tyson Fury, Joshua.
Fabio Wardley, having sparred with both fighters, predicted that Usyk will once again come out on top. He feels the dynamics of the fight will largely remain the same as in their first encounter.
What do you think happens in this rematch? How do you sort of assess it?
I think it's a lot of the same, to be honest. I do think it's a lot of the same. I think Usyk will go into the fight like any mindset, like he has done with all of his fights, that just narrow focus, just straight on target, on point, not missing a beat, not missing a step.
Tony Bellew, who has long been a proponent of Usyk's skills, is confident that Usyk will win again, this time with even more authority. Bellew believes that Usyk's defensive skills and boxing IQ will allow him to neutralize Fury's strength, particularly his size and unorthodox style. He also emphasizes Usyk's ability to control the pace of the fight and make adjustments, which makes him an even more dangerous opponent in the rematch.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No, I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best. Because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharpshoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. That was after 6 rounds, or 7 rounds of doing it.
Joe Rogan also acknowledged the unique challenge Usyk presents, one that Fury has yet to overcome. While Fury has dominated many opponents with his size and skill, Rogan pointed out that Usyk's agility, technique, and strategy offer a completely different test. Usyk's refined boxing skills and speed have caused problems for Fury in the past, and these are areas the larger fighter still hasn't fully figured out. Rogan believes Usyk will continue to pose problems for Fury, with his ability to control the pace of the fight and make it a difficult puzzle for Fury to solve.
If you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, he was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit, and Usyk wound up just catching him.
He just didn't have an answer to it because he's never been exposed to that level of technique.
Well, you know what it is? He's a heavyweight, and the heavyweights were never really that good in terms of that kind of technique. It's like you need it at like middleweight and light heavyweight because everyone's super talented and technical. When you get up to the heavyweight division, it tends to be like a lower bar.
While some believe that Usyk's technical skills will win the day, others suggest that Fury's size and strength may ultimately prove to be too much for the smaller Ukrainian. Johnny Nelson noted that Usyk has now figured out Fury's style and will come prepared to neutralize his strengths. For Fury to win, Nelson believes he must be more aggressive and disrupt Usyk's rhythm. If Fury simply repeats his strategy from the first fight, Nelson feels that he is likely to suffer another defeat.
Tyson Fury doesn't change anything like he keeps saying he's not, then the result will be exactly the same. If Tyson Fury... The problem is, Usyk now has a blueprint for beating Tyson Fury. But Usyk now knows, he doesn't think, now knows he can hurt Tyson Fury. Now knows he's a bit faster, a bit sharper, he can get away with certain things. He knows this. Usyk was coming in around the 15 stone bracket. And so he knows he has the speed, he has the power, and he has the boxing ability to beat him.
Richard Torres, a former boxer, pointed out that while Usyk won the first fight, Fury's competitiveness and power make him a dangerous opponent. Fury's challenge will be to adapt his style, focusing on footwork and becoming more unpredictable, as Usyk seems to have a clearer route to refining his approach. But with Fury's adaptability and strength, he still has the tools to shift the momentum in his favor. It's a fight where anything can happen.
It was like Usyk definitely won that first fight, but it was still a close fight. You know, there was like Tyson was doing his thing. I'm excited for the rematch. I've been just a fan of Tyson from an early age, and I've tried to mimic some of Usyk's style. So I have some skin in the game for both sides, but I'm just looking for a good fight. I think that Usyk kind of has a little bit more of a game plan now that he could double up on, and I think that Fury needs to kind of switch up what he needs to do. He needs to get on his feet more. He needs to box. He needs to kind of show a little different facets that he has shown before, but he needs to bring back. But I think it's easier for Usyk to double down than it is for Tyson to change. So I'm leaning a little more towards Usyk, but Tyson Fury, you know, he's a heavyweight. He's a puncher. He has a punch. He has a punch, and he can do what he needs to do.
Simon Jordan discussed the physical toll of the first fight, especially on Usyk, who had to overcome a significant size disadvantage against Fury. At one point, Fury landed a powerful uppercut that allowed him to control the fight for a few rounds. However, Usyk's resilience shone through as he recovered and regained control, which speaks to his mental toughness and technical skill. It was clear in that fight that Usyk's ability to weather the storm and continue executing his strategy made the difference.
What they both put on there, and you know, whoever won or lost that fight, or whoever felt they won or lost that fight, it was a tough fight. So you have to, you straight away you get that respect. You gain
both
that respect.
of them know it was a tough fight.
Yeah, of course
you gain that respect.
Yeah. Do you go with the? I mean, I remember Frank talking after the fight.
I will definitely say that Usyk would have had to work a lot harder than Tyson Fury because of the size disadvantages, the size advantage in Fury's favour. Without a doubt, like Usyk would have had to.
As the rematch draws nearer, the weight of the stakes continues to grow. Fury has a chance to redeem himself and reclaim his undisputed status, while Usyk looks to prove that his first victory was no fluke and solidify his legacy as one of the best heavyweights of this era. Both men have their own unique strengths and weaknesses, and the outcome of the fight will depend on how each fighter is able to execute their game plan. Fury must make the necessary adjustments to overcome Usyk's speed and technical prowess, while Usyk must prove that he can maintain his composure and execute his disciplined approach against a larger, stronger opponent. As fans eagerly await the rematch, the question remains, who will emerge victorious? Will Tyson Fury avenge his loss, or will Oleksandr Usyk prove once again that he is the best heavyweight in the world? Only time will tell.